Welcome to DWBI Adda channel. Please subscribe for latest training videos.
Hello everyone. Welcome back to video tutorial of Seaborn. We have already gone through the introductory part of Seaborn and also installed Seaborn on top of Anaconda in Windows environment. In this session, first we've discussed on scatterplot and then execute Seaborn examples for bi and multivariate scatterplots. Let's start the session. A scatter plot is a statistical diagram to display the relationship between variables. It basically depicts the joint distribution of two variables using a cloud of points, where each point represents an observation in the dataset. There are two different options for scatter plot. We usually use two variables to draw a scatter plot. Let's assume the variables are x and y. If variable y increases with the increase of variable x, then this relationship is known as positive correlation. Similarly, if variable y decreases with the increase of variable x, then this relationship is known as negative correlation. The range of the correlation value is in between -1 to +1. If the value is near to 1 or -1, the correlation value is very high, and if it is near to 0, it has low correlation. In the next section, we are going to explain this with proper examples. We already know about Irish dataset, which contains 4 continuous variables: sepal length, sepal width, petal length, and petal width. This table contains the pairwise correlation values. This -0.117570 is the correlation value between sepal length and sepal width. Similar to this, the correlation between sepal length and petal length is 0.871754. Our scatter plot will tell us the same thing graphically. This is basically a pair plot for all the variables of Irish dataset. This first plot is for sepal length and sepal width. The next one is for sepal length and petal length. The trend of the data points are almost linear in this case, so they have high correlation. To determine positive or negative, we have to consider few points. Suppose we are taking this one, and this one. With the increase of x, the value of y is also increasing. So this is a representation of positive correlation. Let's check it with another one. For this sepal width versus petal length, let's consider few points. Suppose this one, and this one. With the increase of x, our y value is decreasing. So they have negative correlation. Now consider this straight line. The points are very much scattered, so the correlation value should be low. We can check it from our value table. The relationship between petal length and sepal width is -0.428440. So scatter plot is a visual representation from where we can understand the relationship between variables quite easily. In Seaborn, we work with this rel-plot function. There are several ways to draw a scatter plot in Seaborn. The most basic, which should be used when both variables are numeric, is the scatter plot function, which is default kind in rel-plot. We have a good number of parameters to represent our data effectively in rel-plot. These x and y are input numeric variables. We can add our third variable in hue, and it will produce group elements with different colors. Size parameter will visualize group elements with different size. This sizes is used to determine the size. This style parameter will represent the group elements with different markers. We have to assign our dataset in data parameter. We can set a categorical variable to call parameter, and it will determine the faceting of the grid. Finally, for kind parameter, we have two options: scatter, which is default, and another one is line. Now we are going to Jupyter Notebook and continue there. First, we are going to import Seaborn library and set style as dark grade. In this session, we will play with tips dataset. This load dataset function will help us to load the data into a local variable tips. And this head function will display the first 5 rows of our dataset. Our dataset contains 6 variables, and of them total bill, tip and size are continuous variables and others are categorical variables. In this session, we will use railplot function. To get information of it, we can use our help function. It will return all the detail of the railplot function, like use of different parameters and meaning of different parameters as well. It will also display some examples of railplot. We are going to display our first scatter plot using this railplot. We are taking total bill in X and tip variable in Y parameter. Let's execute this. If we observe this, it has a positive high correlation trend. While the points are plotted in 2 dimensions, we can add another dimension in hue parameter. It will represent group elements in different colors. The smoker variable contains only 2 kinds of data, yes and no. Let's execute this. So yes and no classes are displayed with different colors. Number of colors depend on the number of category available in the variable. Suppose in our day variable we have 4 different categories. So if we execute this, it will generate a scatter plot with 4 different colors. So we have generated this scatter plot for 3 variables. Now in this section, we will introduce style parameter to emphasize the difference between the classes, and to improve accessibility, we can use this style parameter. As we set smoker in the style, it will generate 2 different markers for yes and no classes. Let's execute this. So our plot has 2 markers, blue circle for no and orange cross for yes. It is also possible to represent 4 variables by changing the hue and style of each point independently. We have set smoker in hue and time variable to style. So it will generate a scatter plot where the smoker classes will be represented by colors and time classes will be represented by markers. So we have blue and orange colors for smoker classes and circle and cross markers for time classes. This blue circle means non-smoker and dinner time. In this example, the hue semantics was categorical. So the default qualitative platter was applied. If hue semantic is numeric, the default coloring switches to a sequential platter. So let's check this with our size variable. So it's generating a plot with sequential palette. We can even customize this sequential palette just setting specific value to palette argument. Now our plot changes its palette as we set a specific value to my palette. In this section, we discuss about size and sizes parameters. They work together. It will visualize the classes by size, and the size range will be picked from sizes parameter. This time variable has 2 classes, lunch and dinner, and the size range will be in between 50 and 200. Let's execute this. So this small size means dinner and big size means lunch. This orange circle represents smoker and lunch. We can accommodate another variable in our railplot. Already our x and y contains 2 variables, hue and style contains 2 more, and we want to introduce another one in our size parameter. Let's execute this first. So smoker is represented by color, sex is represented by size, and time is represented by markers. This blue cross means non-smoker, male, and lunchtime. So we are done with Jupyter. Returning to the presentation. In this session, we have discussed how to generate scatter plots effectively using railplot and how to accommodate multiple variables in our plots. That's all for today. Thank you very much.